When someone mentions the city of Liverpool, what do you think about? The Beatles and amazing music? The two famous football clubs, Liverpool and Everton? Or maybe, like me, you think about the accent, Scouse.
Bosh, amazing, sick, great, fantastic.
Where are you? Getting your teas ready.
How did you know that?
And he even admitted that I could have won it.
Now in this video, I'm going to break down all the main pronunciation features of Scouse and explain to you why it's such a unique accent that's so different from other accents in the UK.
He's got me looking quite beige. Got me deep in the head.
Now to make it fun, I've picked out some famous Liverpudlians to help me. For example, Hollywood actor Jodie Comer, footballer Trent Alexander-Arnold, and comedian John Bishop. But let's start with a little geography and history. Now the city of Liverpool is located in the northwest of England, where the River Mersey meets the Irish Sea. It has a rich maritime history and is still one of the UK's most important ports. In fact, this is where the name Scouse comes from. The term Scouse originally referred to a stew that sailors would eat in the city. But over time it became synonymous with the local accent. And indeed these days, someone from Liverpool is referred to as a Scouser. The accent is a reflection of the city's history and geography. Its proximity to the sea and the influx of sailors and traders from around the world helped to contribute to the linguistic environment. In the 19th century, you had a large wave of Irish immigration into the city, particularly after the Great Famine of 1845. You also have elements of Welsh and Northern dialects influencing the accent, making it the melting pot of sounds that it is today. So let's get to our first pronunciation feature, which is the k sound. Now in Scouse, this becomes more heavily aspirated to a h sound. Now that's a sound that you find in Scottish English on a word like loch, which means lake in Scottish and in Irish as well. So perhaps that's the first clue of the origins of Scouse. Let's hear that sound with this first clip from Redmen TV, which is a fan channel for Liverpool Football Club.
Try to put words to that game. Liverpool were amazing.
Bosh, amazing, sick, great, fantastic. What else do you want me to say?
Okay, did you hear that? So sick and fantastic, amazing. How different is that to most other, in fact, all other UK accents?
Sick, great, fantastic.
Okay, let's get another example with former Liverpool player Steven Gerrard.
There'll be no one going over the top, not like last week. We need to move on from that. So.
Okay, so you've got week instead of week.
Not like last week.
Right, so I would say week with that k sound. He's saying week with a k sound. So you'll find this sound on words like look, so it'd be look, and back would be bah, attack would be attack. This sound really distinguishes Scouse from other UK accents. Let's get another example from actor Stephen Graham.
And then I've turned the corner, and as I've turned the corner, I've hit a brick that was on, and I've hit this brick, and the golf cart started to tip.
Okay, did you hear that? Brick, brick. So different to how I would say it and how lots of other people would say it in this country. I love it. I love this sound. Now it's important to say at this point that not everyone from Liverpool will use this pronunciation feature. In fact, everyone has their own way of speaking, right? Their own accent. So some people might say the ish sound on look and back and attack, and some people won't. If you are after some free resources to learn English, I have just the thing for you. I have a pronunciation masterclass called Speak Like a Local. It tells you 6 practical ways that you can change your spoken English today. The link to it is in the description below. But let's move on to our second sound. And this is when the t sound at the end of a word becomes a h. So for example, that becomes tha. Can you hear that H sound? Let's get an example from actor Jodie Comer.
If I'm really nervous about something, I'm like, you can do it, Jodie.
Okay, did you hear that I sound? So she says I rather than it.
You can do it, Jodie.
Let's get another example from Trent Alexander-Arnold.
And he even admitted that I could have won it.
Okay, he says the same, right? I, not it.
And he even admitted that I could have won it.
Okay, one more example. This time, Stephen Graham.
You're called Dutchie.
How did you know that?
Okay, he says tha. I love it.
How did you know that?
Okay, so those are two great distinctive features of Scouse. So we have bah and look, and we have eh and va. Okay, let's get one more example with ex-footballer Jamie Carragher.
Yeah, Stevie's right, some great names there, and players who are still playing.
Stevie's right and great, right? You can hear that H sounds there. Now, this takes us on to our third pronunciation feature, which is a tapped R, which is so common in a Scouse accent. And you heard it there. So Jamie Carragher says, great, great. Okay, so what he's doing is he's tapping the tip of his tongue onto the roof of his mouth, the alveolar ridge. So it's like, great. I can't do it very well. Great. That's great. That's great. I don't know if I'm doing it very well, but so he does it on right and great. Let's hear it again.
Yeah, Stevie's right, some great names there, and players who are still playing.
All right, we need another example. Let's get back to John Bishop.
And then she said something back to me, and then I said something to her, and this guy started crying.
Okay, so you'll find that sound with some Scottish English speakers, but not really anywhere else. Okay, so we've looked at one variation of the t sound. Let's look at another one, because Scouse seems to love playing with the t sound. So we had the t as a h sound. It can also be more aspirated as a t sound. So we're almost adding an s onto it. So that could be a t at the beginning of a word or at the end of a word. In fact, in the middle as well. So an example would be like tea, and toast, and wait. So you can hear that sound. Let's hear Steven Gerrard do it.
It's a great occasion. I'm going to try and enjoy it, and hopefully we get the win.
Okay, so we heard there try, right? Not try.
I'm going to try and enjoy it. And
Okay, so we've looked at a few consonant sounds. Let's move on to look at some vowel sounds. But before we do, guys, if you're looking for free resources to learn English, you are in the right place. I have 2 digital books, 101 great British words to speak like a local, and 20 brilliant business phrases. They're all free and they're available right now in the description below. Perhaps the most distinct vowel sound in Scouse is the sound. Now, we get that on words like word and bird, but in Scouse, it's sort of articulated more forward in the mouth. I say it further back, so bird and word, but in Scouse, it's kind of more forward, so it's bed, wed. Can you hear that? Bed and wed. Right, let's get some real Scousers doing it for you.
I said it last time I was on it, he's the best football player in the world.
Okay, you heard that there? World, right? World.
The best football player in the world.
How different does that sound? Can you hear it? Can you hear that difference? Here's another clip from John Bishop.
I was working there in a restaurant in Redondo Beach in LA.
Right, can you hear that? Working.
I was working there.
Okay, so for me, it's further back, working. For Scousers, we're working.
And then she said something back to me, and then I said something to her.
Okay, you got it again.
And then I said something to her.
You'll also notice that he drops the H there. That is a common feature in Scouse, but also in many other UK accents. 2 more vowel sounds that make Scouse distinctly Northern English accents are the and the a. So we have the put split, which is the a and the So in Scouse, they use the sound on words like up, but, and tough, right? In the south of England, you're hearing up, but, and tough. Let's get Trent Alexander-Arnold to demonstrate that for us.
Would you rather listen to Kanye or Drake? It's a tough one.
Okay, so that sound, right? Tough.
It's a tough one.
The other one was the trap bar split, which is the a and the r. In Northern England, you're going to hear the a sound on words like dance, ask, and laugh. In the south of England, it's going to be dance, ask, laugh.
I think if he got asked, would he rather play with himself or with him or with Gerrard? I think he'd probably say Gerrard as well.
So that's a big geographical split between the south of England and the north of England. Because Liverpool is in the northwest of England, it shares those sounds. Here's a sentence from Trent Alexander-Arnold demonstrating both sounds.
But I feel like he plays it too much to have a chance these days.
Now in this one, you'll also hear another pronunciation feature that is less common but does exist for some Scouse speakers, and that is on the voiced th of that and there, they may use a D sound.
It's rather a chance these days.
Now, this isn't a feature I heard in many other Scouse speakers' accents, but it is a feature that you could hear. One last feature that I want to focus on is intonation. Now, a Scouse accent is typically quite a sing-songy kind of accent, and the intonation is interesting because it generally goes up, or it rises more than other UK accents. Let's have a listen.
I find it quite easy to slip in and out.
Slip in and out, slip in and out, right? So we're going up.
You just proper had it in for me.
Proper had it in for me. Proper had it in for me.
You just proper had it in for me.
She's going up when maybe in other accents it would be sort of neutral. It would be in the middle. Okay, here's another great example.
The one that I'm mentioning now, Sadio Mane.
Mentioning now, Sadio Mane. Right, so we're going up both times. That really does distinguish a Scouse accent from other ones. You just wouldn't hear that in a Brummie or a Cockney or a Mancunian accent, but in Scouse, we do hear it. And so that gives it that sing-song kind of melody. All right, guys, it's time to test your Scouse accent. Here are 4 sentences. I'm going to show you them, and I want you to say them in your best Scouse accent. Then I'll give you an example sentence. Good luck.
You just proper had it in for me.
Bosh, amazing, sick, great, fantastic.
It's a great occasion. I'm going to try and enjoy it, and hopefully we get the win.
Where are you? Get on your teas ready.
And this is part of my UK accent series. I've done Brummie, I've done Multicultural London English. Today was Scouse. Next week, what are we going to do? Let me know which accent should I analyse in my next video. Also, I'd love you to tell me what you think of the Scouse accent. Do you love it as much as I do? Have you heard it? Do you find it easy to understand, or do you find it difficult? Can you think of any famous people that have this accent? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Teacher Tom, and I'll see you very soon.